Tribes took it upon themselves to port over some of their classic games on the Wii U eShop for a whole nother audience to enjoy. And being released on a regular basis, it has finally reached its climax as the last Two Tribes classic is ready to take up a spot on your home screen. It started with the release of the chicken-obsessed Tokitori 1, then the cliffhanger of a game Edge, and last but not least, Rush is commanding its stampede of rolling blocks onto Nintendo's latest home console. Much to an off-TV play lover's delight, Rush is played strictly on just the Wii U GamePad touchscreen, as it adopts a drag-and-drop stylus control system similar to Mario and Donkey Kong minis on the move. It will prompt you to guide different colored blocks to their own specific end goals by correcting their courses through important tile placements. You'll find that there are a variety of tiles, each with their own specific use, from arrows that change the direction of the cube, stop signs that stop cubes for a brief second, conveyor belts that push them in any which way without changing their trajectory, and more. Only armed with a limited supply of tiles, you need to make sure you put them in the right spots, or else you end up with a mess of cubes falling off the stage or ramming into each other. Also tantamount to your success is understanding that the cubes will always turn right when they bump into a wall, becoming a key factor for many of the puzzles, and something you'll need to keep on your mind when you're strategically placing your tiles. And Rush isn't constricted to playing on just a flat plane. No, some stages will be built upon layers where you'll have blocks stumbling onto a series of floors. So by using the game's 360-degree camera, you can get a clearer picture of the whole setup, making for much more dynamic puzzle solutions for your little noggin to make sense of. And if there's one thing Rush is, it's certainly difficult. Once you get past the allotment of easy levels, Rush will start throwing in some brain busters that will exercise your mind as you try to imagine every which way the blocks will move. And when you successfully find the correct solution, it's quite satisfying seeing a mass of colored blocks flowing unobstructed to their end goals. Now, one thing I really hated in this game is the hint system that just feels kind of broken. There's nothing really holding you back from using hints as many times as you want, and you won't be penalized for using them in any way. It would have been nice if there was some sort of restraint to hold you back from constantly using hints, like a limit on how many hints you can use throughout your playthrough of the game. That way you need to use hints more sparingly when you really need them, instead of using them all willy-nilly on every puzzle. There are a few puzzles where no hints are allowed, but those are just a handful compared to the rest of the game. Now, Rush has a very similar art style to Two Tribes' other Wii U eShop title Edge, and it works quite brilliantly here as well. It has a rigid, futuristic, and simplistic look that sits well with the puzzling nature, as it allows you to be free from distractions and keep your mind on the enigma at hand. Rush is also very streamlined, so transitioning between screens and puzzles is very snappy and seamless, as load screens are practically non-existent. Rush also has a very well put together soundtrack that complements the futuristic art style by going with a more techno arrangement. Concentration is still attainable listening to the pulsating beats coming out of the gamepad, as it also echoes something very calming. And it is free of any high-pitched screechy noises, which is a plus. And for only $2, you are getting a fair amount of content. Your brain will be hard-pressed against 70+ levels of increasing difficulty. The length of the game will really depend on how fast you actually complete the puzzles, but either way, you'll be dragging and dropping tiles and watching cubes roll around for many hours. Overall, Rush is a really great little puzzle game with a cheap price tag that really can't be refuted. The puzzles that come your way are cleverly done using an arsenal of different tiles, variety, and layers to test your skills. The only real fault I can find with this game is the hint system, which just felt too overpowered and easily accessible. Other than that, if you want a little something on the slower side to pass time and work your brain, Rush is perfect for doing just that. So, thegamingpixelshow.com is awarding Rush a 4.5 out of 5. But that will bring us to the end of this review, and if you like what you saw, please give it a thumbs up and add your favorites and all that good stuff. You can stay tuned for more video reviews, news videos, and That's Nintendo Crazy episodes. But I will talk to you later in the next video, guys. Bye!